Hello, my fellow bipedal hominids. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey. Episode 13, Treading Water is Bad for Longevity. So right now, what I want to do is head back to the settlement because I am at the otter area, which is not all that near home. And, good lord, where is home from here? So that's the Jut Out Boulder Oasis. So home, for reference, is the Under the Falls Oasis. So towards home would be 16, or otherwise the Jut Out Boulder Oasis, which is what I just highlighted. Oh, I meant to memorize that, because that is a milestone towards home. And the long-term plan, once we resettle, once we go back to the settlement, is to... Because at the moment, we only have 2 young ones that have mutations. Right? The mutations are the glowing orange. So we only have 2 young ones with the mutations, which means we need to start doing the whole, like, mutation grind again if we are to evolve and the like. So the current priority now is to launch an evolution, and I'm holding a shiny rock in this hand here, which makes us more brave. So big picture, I'm going to head home and then move our entire group, our entire clan or tribe, to a new location. And I had mentioned this at the end of last stream, to a new location that allows us to more easily gain mutations. Now, you don't necessarily have to do that like mutation meta. It just locks in this. Mutations are not something that you can like work towards actively apart from going to the meteorite sites. I just realized is I probably want a weapon. Let's drop the shiny rock. I don't want to lose the shiny rock, but I need to make myself something worth using here. And I can use the shiny rock to alter the stick into a sharpened stick. It doesn't work well, like compared to basalt or obsidian tools, but it's better than nothing. Oops, I struck one too many times. Uh-oh. Alright, my shiny rock is down there. But I heard the kind of like roar, grumble noise and was like, yeah, I need to do something about this. Well, that's rude. Give me my rock back. I wanted to get some physical distance between me and the cat for reaction speed time. If I dropped directly on him, I would be at a bit of a disadvantage. Yo, quit camping my precious stone. You want to go, fool? If only I could throw a stone. Now get lost. Kitty probably saw me like accidentally break my stick and was like, all right, now's my time. We are still Tumai, yes. We're still the Tumai species. In order to change species, we needed a little bit more evolutionary time than we evolved in. Oops. Hold on. It's like dimming here. There we go. So we're still the 2-mai, but if the goal is to launch an evolution, we won't be the 2-mai for very long. Well, what I'd like to do is to evolve with as many mutation points as possible. Meaning we have a lot of work to do first. So I did get I thought I explained this well enough, but apparently I didn't. About how, like, reinforcement points work, mutations work, and evolution. When babies are born, they have a 50% chance naturally to just have a mutation. But that mutation is functionally dormant unless you evolve as a species when that baby is either an adult or an elder. That's how mutations get locked in. So if you like a mutation, you need to evolve when the mutation, the person with that mutation is an adult or an elder and living. Right? That's how mutation locks work. The only other way besides like the 50% RNG of having a baby to get an evolutionary point, the only other way to get mutations is for a baby to be present when you discover a meteorite. That's the only other way. So if you want your entire generation to have mutations, unless you win the coin flip 6 times in a row, where like all 6 babies by pure chance ends up with mutations, you need to then travel to a meteorite site and have them present upon discovery. And meteorite discoveries are a one-shot. Once you do the meteorite discovery, I'm gonna dodge. Once you do the meteorite discovery, you're done. You don't get it. You don't get to use it again. Now, did I drop? I probably dropped my stone. Yep, I did. And the same is true of precious stones. There's a finite number of precious stones, and if you lose them, you lose them. You don't get them back. So I was trying to explain, the real meta is to have all 6 adults and all 6 elders have mutations when you evolve. And the only real way, apart from having 12 coin flips in a row of luck, is for you to have a set of babies present at a meteorite, pass a generation so they're adults, and then have another set of 6 babies present for a meteorite, and then pass a generation so that they're adults, and then your adults are elders, and then you have 12 mutations. Oh, I just keep doing this. But luckily, this time we didn't drop anything. Then you have 12 mutations that you're able to lock in, and that would be like the ideal. Doesn't get any better than that. So I hope that explains it. Wait, did I... Oh, I'm literally right above our colony. I was like, wait a minute. How many mutations can a baby have? 1. Once they have a mutation, that's it. They can't have 2. And those mutations can't change. So, right now, 2 of the babies in our colony have mutations, and going to a meteorite with them serves no purpose at all. But the other 4 babies, it would serve a purpose. 1 mutation per baby. Alright, I'm finally home. Oh god, I'm so bad at finding beds. Yo, where's my bed at? Where's my bed at? Maybe with a sore throat I shouldn't sing. There we go. The other thing I'm going to do is intentionally drop the shiny stone here, as I don't want to bring it with me and, like, lose it. Are precious stones any use then buff up bravery? Yes, they can form couples. You can gift them for, like, instead of grooming. I don't find that as particularly important. I'm gonna do a little extra sleep, but like that's, you know, a purpose they can serve. And it's funny because thanks to De Beers, we do that, you know, 7.2 million years later. For those that don't know, De Beers, the like Diamond Cartel, effectively invented the engagement ring. That was never really a thing before. And they made it up. As a grand scheme of marketing. Alright, so now that we're back at the settlement, collect 6 babies and actually relocate the tribe is going to be the next goal. I just want to tend to my like immediate needs. So the reason, why does it look like there's a meteorite next to me? Huh. Maybe I will... I didn't think there was a meteorite that close. But maybe it'd be best to collect 6 babies and pass a generation with the meteorite that close. God, how hungry are you, my man? How neglected were you yesterday? Eat 10,000 calories level of neglected? Yeah, apparently. Good lord. We just invented gluttony. Okay, there we go. So it looks like there is a meteorite fire thing next to us. So let's just go round up all the babies and trigger that. And then we'll move again. So, we currently... Oh, yes, current... I wanted... Oh, how am I... Really? I'm still tired? I, like, slept in. So we're currently at the Under the Lake Oasis, which is 21 on the map here. That meteorite that I'm looking at must be the meteorite to the east-southeast of me, and it looks closer than it really is, I imagine. And I'm going to leave the precious stone here because I don't want to bring it with me. So, my plan is to switch to the males and collect the babies. So where are our males? Like, adult, not elder males. Yeah, it is very likely the one across the lake. Now, here's one. Unfortunately, due to the mimicry that we managed, everyone has weapons, which is fantastic. If this ape is why the dinosaurs starved. Well, what do you have in your... Oh, you still have the, yeah, you can drop that. That's a female. Alright, where are the males? No, you're an elder. In the water? For real? Okay, maybe that's why I couldn't find you. It's worth noting the, oh god. No, no, no! Well, damn. What I can do is a rallying cry to have all of them follow me, and then they'll get out of the water. So I'll do that next. After I recover some stamina, because I don't really want to drown 3 family members. Grab on! There was one other question that I would like to answer, which is that the neurons that you learn aren't bound to your avatar. Therefore, everybody in your entire tribe, if it's learned for all. It's only lost when you evolve or pass generations. And that's the whole reinforcement point mechanic at hand. Which actually makes me realize I haven't checked my evolutionary... Okay, yeah. We've got a lot of neuronal energy here. So let's spend some. So, bipedalism. And we are able to pick this one up thanks to a mutation of, I'm assuming, one that we locked in. The lower body strength motricity. Fine motor control, which is thanks to a locked-in dexterity. And fine motor control is very nice. All alteration successes go up. Internal processing speed for reaction time. Toxin immunity. I might as well spend these because it increases my chance that I, like, trauma prevention. It increases the chance for everyone when we're going on a trip to not get ganked and murdered or whatever. More trauma prevention. Induced fear. And I probably have enough for the other induced fear. Deep sleep. I'm not going to worry about what is going to get locked in right now because we're not about to pass generations. All right. So I'm doing a rallying cry. Oh, you're the elder. You're an elder, so you're the male I want? Yes. Get over here, dude. I'm still missing one adult male, and it's the one in the water. Unless it's... No, it's not you. We just have to get a little bit closer before doing the rally. And there are upgrades to that as well, in communication. Alright, now he's following. Good. One of the problems of living near, like, a giant body of water is, like, the annoyance of bath time. Oh, there he is. Okay. Problem solved. Ending the expedition. And then I'm going to tell the adults, well, I got to make myself a weapon. Apparently this dude, oops, was so busy in bath time that he never even, like, made a weapon. This guy's obviously the loser of the group. Now, the other problem that I think is that it's already kind of late in the day, so I'll probably just sleep and then go on the excursion in the morning rather than go well into the night, which wouldn't yield the best results for us. This guy has tiny stamina. You're not wrong about that. I think it's because he was swimming for so long that he just, like, burnt into his life expectancy. Which, quite honestly, is all the more reason to pass a generation so that this adult becomes an elder and is no longer, like, on borrowed time. And I'll control him personally because he's a super massive liability for the safety of anyone in his care. Yeah, it's why I would normally choose not to live at, like, this spot or some of the other spots that are just, like, completely surrounded by water, because if your members decide to just, like, tread water for a long time, they're gonna have a hard time being alive. Drowning isn't conducive to life. And yeah, there's no amount of, like, eating or whatever that I can cure this guy of his the dying penalties. Just the way it is. No, I didn't realize I had berries still in my hand. Alright, let's go to sleep early. And then we'll head out to the meteor. Gives me a good chance to catch up on my coffee. Alright, daily regimen has been massively ignored. Oh, man, God. I'm, like, not eager to control this one. That's my daily water. The good news is if this one's stamina and energy is so horribly low, the other ones will definitely be able to keep up with me. To Scorpio, to answer your question, do they end up looking more human? So it goes until about 2 million years ago. Which is not human. Closer, though. But I wouldn't... Humans haven't been around that long. Alright, so we're heading to the smoke area. And I just have to be careful with this individual because he's like... he's not much of a fighter. Well, boy, are we ever just walking on twos. Some super bipedal activity here. And indeed, this point is across the river. So you know what there might be? Oh my god, I'm already out of energy. Good lord. I won't be able to swim like... Oh, I hear... That sounded like a boar? Yep, warthog. Do other animals change? No. The other animals are not evolving. We will interact with different animals as we change our range, though. So the other animals don't evolve. And realistically, that's pretty true for a lot of the animals. Like, a crocodile... A modern crocodile and a crocodile from like 10 million years ago would be almost the same crocodile, right? They're not that different. They didn't need to further evolve or anything like that. So the game is about hominid evolution, but not the other animals aren't counting in this. I'm just picking the crocodile because I know the crocodile really hasn't changed much at all. But that's likely true for a lot of the other animals as well. Alright, so we are edge of range. And, yeah, I blind killed that thing. This dude might not have a lot of life left, but what life he does have is, well honed. Honestly, killing a saber-tooth during your panic moment should just be like, yeah, you're fine, you're good. You don't have to rationalize squat. Oh, you know what? I don't have a weapon. Otherwise, I would kill this thing. Okay, I did say I have to be careful with this one because he's like on death's door. And then I've subsequently just like summarily murdered everything in my path. Or at least attacked it. Alright, let's find the bravery zone. Oh, there it is. I like how he pounds his chest with, like, babies there. It's like, alright, you just squished your babies. Sorry, bro. You need to be a little bit more careful than that. Alright, let's see if our fine motor control is paying off now. I would say yes. That was very quick. Oh my god. Okay, that one's done. Yep. Alright, what was there? Oh yeah, the butchery site. Because each of the types of cats, black, yellow, white, count as like different for discovery. All right, there was also a map marker here somewhere. Yeah, right there. All right, let's figure out where we are. And then head to the meteor. I haven't forgotten. Just detouring a little. Oh, you know what? That's way the hell up there. The problem is this individual is not going to be good at climbing because of my extraordinarily finite energy and stamina. He's like a pack-a-day smoker stuck at 7.3 million years ago. Am I close enough? No. Honestly, I'm not sure this individual can make the climb. I have gotten some food material. Yeah, I'm not going to bother. I was just going to burn deeper into my finite health pool there. So, I could climb with one of the others that are in tow, but I'd rather just focus on the goal here. Because once these babies have mutations, I can pass a generation, and then this guy can retire as an elder. Or die, drowning. Hopefully retire as an elder. Come on. Find your way up quick. So this is burning... This is burning into his life, essentially. When you're out of energy and out of stamina, and you're using red, you can keep going, but it shrinks your health or your life circle. The circle of life. Maybe that's why it's a circle. Big brain design. Clearly a system designed by an advanced hominid. Not again. I did that. Me standing here did that. Yep. Yes, sir. Credit where credit is due. So you gotta rationalize another zone. Hopefully I don't get ganked. And then we're adjacent to the meteor site, so it shouldn't be long. There is a warthog ahead, though. And I'm not keen on fighting, so I'm going to try to go around them. Oh god, this individual sucks to control. Like, I climbed for like 10 feet and he's like, alright, I've had enough. Oh, stupid warthogs are now in my way. I tried to climb around them and they just like got in my way again. Can you scare things in your rationality mode? Yes. If you know what is real or not, you can intimidate them. Okay. Lake clearing meteorite site. So that in the map here would be right there. Lake clearing meteorite site cleared. All right, current priority right now is head home, reinforce neurons, and new generation. This individual specifically super needs to rest. I haven't yet decided where the next home's going to be, but somewhere more central on the map. So if we open up the map here, I know the numbers are absolutely tiny. 30 would be okay, or 38 central to the other two mutation sites. The other thing we might want to do before doing an evolution, it really depends on the priority, is finish the exploration of this region before moving on. And I can pull it for you guys whether you think I should explore everything or focus on, like, the metagaming. I'm happy with either. So by exploring, what I mean is, like, all of the sites between where we currently are, the red circle, and, like, the next meteorite sites, which is the red dots east of us, figuring out what they are, where they are, etc. That would be the exploration. The game doesn't require you to explore everywhere. That's certainly not required, but you could. So I'll pull that in just a... I'll pull that right now. How's that sound? What to do next? Explore local sites or relocate east. So relocating east is essentially focusing on passing generations and evolving, and exploring local sites is filling in the map further. And the pole is up. There it is. And because I have this pole up, I'll just decide on the reinforced neurons. I'm actually not even sure if I have 12 learned things. So I might need to do some more learning once we're done with this expedition. Because if I don't have... having brought 6 babies to the meteorite site, we'll have 12 reinforcement points, but I'm not going to pass a generation if I can't use all 12. This one's name is Knock. Okay. Well, it has been really not fun to use Knock because he is so slow. And this is a... I mean, not that I did this to him. He was just, like, in the water for no reason. But this is a really good example of why... Yeah, he can't even climb up without dying. A really good example of why, if you're poisoned or, like, bleeding, you need to cure it ASAP. Because for every... If you don't cure your bleeds, you end up with a life circle like this one, or you'll just die. Now, interestingly, if this individual died, it wouldn't actually be a problem, because he's not a mutation carrier, and I'm not planning on him being an adult or an elder for the next evolution. So if he died, it'd be of really no consequence, other than the fact that he's carrying 2 of our young ones. In hindsight, I probably should have had a female adult carry the young ones instead of him. Because, like, this dude is a straight-up liability. And the reason I keep the females safer is, like, their fertility is more rare than a male's fertility, to be blunt. Oh, the other thing I meant to answer, because there was a lot of YouTube questions about this, is, like, about the whole incest thing. The game just does not allow you to have sibling or parent-child relation, like, pregnancies. It just won't allow it. So if you end up with just, like, one bloodline that where... Because cousins are fine, as far as the game's concerned. It's just, like, parent-child or sibling relationships are forbidden. So... When another ape is family related, you can't even get pregnant. All right, end expedition. Oh, you know what? That's a lot of new stuff. So maybe we will have 12 points. So we picked up... Oh, how did... Oh, this is the reinforcement points. Endurance. So moving will require a lot less energy, which is something humans are amazing at. It's actually why losing weight is so difficult, is we're so energy efficient, it's tough for us to burn calories. Aquatic locomotion. Over here, we got evasive action. At this point, I'm pretty good about fighting without needing more upgrades, but I wouldn't mind them necessarily. Grasp control. So, less likely to drop when dodging, which is kind of important. And the reason for this is, like, animals like warthogs aren't typically going to kill you. And I don't want to break my weapons fighting warthogs. I'd rather just dodge them. Unless they're like a calorie source, they're not worth fighting. Withdrawal reflex. Once connected, preparation speed for a dodge will be at its maximum. But dropping your weapons every time you dodge is, like, very annoying. Temporal distortion. So even more... once connected, tolerance to undergo successful attacks is increased. Internal processing speed. And yeah, we absolutely have enough neurons to lock in. No doubt. So because of that poll, I'll just pick the 12 I want to reinforce. So I'm going to reinforce bipedalism, endurance, and aquatic locomotion. Fine motor control. We've 8 more. Deep sleep. Grasp control. Grasp control. Trauma. 3 more points. Fear, and tox immunity. And not pick up the combat ones. And then change generation. Thank you for tuning in to Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. I'm not, however, looking for feedback. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow hominids.